I'm Alex with Storyline Travel. At Storyline Travel, we're family travel specialists helping families make memorable experiences through travel. In this video, we're going to talk about bringing a few items on your cruise to ensure you have smooth sailing. We appreciate you being here, and we hope that you'll enjoy this video as we talk about 5 things we always bring with us when we go on a cruise to ensure we have a smooth sailing. And if you stay to the end, I've got a bonus item we'll bring as well. So let's get started. One of the things you'll learn when you get on a cruise ship is that you're limited to certain items that you can and can't bring, especially in the area of electronics. Because of fire safety reasons, cruise ships won't allow you to bring surge protectors and in many cases extension cords. So what do you do when you have a phone, a tablet, a laptop, a smartwatch, or any of the other electronics that we found we use in our everyday life? Well, the first thing that we suggest bringing is a charging block that has multiple USB chargers on it. These blocks are allowed by the cruise lines, and they give you the ability to charge multiple items just using that one plug-in block. These blocks can be used with multiple different types of chargers as well. So if you have, for example, an Apple device, the USB to Lightning is a good choice. Or if you have more like a Samsung, where you have that USB-C cord that you need, again, using the USB ports on that charging block helps. We have seen the cruise lines, as they've refreshed some of their staterooms over the last year or so, adding in 1 to 2 USB-C. But again, you're typically limited, and for us, we travel as a family, 3 to 4 of us in a room. With all of our devices, 1 to 2 ports just isn't enough. And so you want to be sure to bring those charging blocks to give you as many ports as you can for charging all your devices. Another thing that you'll notice as you go to charge is that there's really not that many plugs in the room to begin with. And wait a minute, one of those plugs looks a little different. It's a European plug. And that brings us to the second thing we suggest you bring, and that is a converter. You'll notice on the converter, it fits that European outlet, and on the other end gives you a US outlet that you can use. And now you've got the ability to use a second, third, fourth outlet that you didn't have because you've brought those converters along. They're fairly inexpensive, and you can get them at electronic stores or order them online. Now you've got the electronics taken care of. Let's talk about the third thing that we always bring when we go on a cruise ship, and that is a hook with magnets. Your stateroom walls and ceiling and door are all metal, and you can use these magnetic hooks to add extra storage space, to decorate the room, or to provide additional privacy. And we'll get to that in just a minute. So these hooks, you can find them at a hardware store. Again, order them online. I will say if you get in the, say, 15 to 30 pound range for holding, that's pretty good. If you get above that, it gets pretty difficult to pull these magnets off the wall or the door. You'll learn that the cruise lines don't like you using adhesives like tape, as it could ruin the paint or tear up the walls. The magnets are a safer option. For us, we can put these on the outside of the door and hang decorations decorating our room door, so it's easy to find. Maybe we're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary and we want to show that we're celebrating. It's a good way to show that special event. Within the room, you can use it to hang decorations. As I said, the ceiling is actually magnetic as well. Maybe you want a little privacy in your room, and your stateroom doesn't really have anything separating the little couch that's there in the bed. We've hung light curtains using these magnetic hooks. And then on our last cruise, we actually found that in a balcony stateroom, the curtain that was provided didn't really seal off the light that well. We actually put one of these at the edge of our curtain to seal it off a little more and give us a little more darkness so we could sleep in, especially on those sea days. And that brings us to item number 4, and that is having a hamper. We have a collapsible cloth hamper that we keep with us where we put our dirty clothes. And we put our hamper up on these hooks to just keep it out of the way. Most of these staterooms are fairly small and you need the floor space. The bathrooms can be tiny, so keeping something in there can be extremely intrusive. And so we found just having a hook with a hamper on the wall is a great item to have. That hamper is great for keeping up with your items, keeping them out of your way. You're not walking into a room where there's clothes strewn everywhere. This keeps it nice and neat. Like I said, take a collapsible one. That way it's not that much more space in our luggage, and it's just a nice additional feature for us to have. And finally, the 5th thing that we find useful is a refillable cup or a refillable bottle. We find the refillable cups to be useful. For one, most tea and coffee is available 24 hours on a cruise ship, but the cups they give you can be pretty small. Let's say you want to take a drink to your room. Well, now you have your own cup that you can take with you. It's going to be a little bit bigger than what they provide for you, and you don't have to keep up with their cups and deal with it. Usually just a quick rinse in the morning and you're ready to go. But remember, when you are boarding the ship or disembarking on the next day, you're probably going to want these empty so it doesn't cause any problems going through security and customs and any of those types of things. But on the ship, they're really a nice benefit to have. And finally, I said I'd give you a bonus item if you stuck to the end here. For us, the bonus item is to take a small backpack, either a sling backpack or a string backpack, to have with you on your cruise ship. So why do you need a backpack? What's the point? Well, on pool days, like say on sea days, you want to go get in the pool or hot tub, or maybe take a fun slide down one of the water slides. A small backpack is a great place to put your flip-flops or sandals, maybe your smartphone. It just gives you a way to keep all the little items you have in one place. I'll put my room key in there, sunscreen, if I'm gonna do something like the slides, any hat I'm wearing, and I have glasses, so there's times when I'm gonna go down the slide, I don't want my glasses on. And so I get to keep everything in one place. But they're also great for excursions. Let's say that you want to bring a bottle of water with you, again, your smartphone, but maybe you have a battery for additional charging. Any of these items are great to have when you're on an excursion, and having a small backpack will allow you to keep, again, everything together. Maybe you're keeping things for your whole party, and that way not everybody's got to juggle with it. It's in one nice concealed place. So that's our bonus item, and we found it to be a really useful item to have. Again, I wouldn't go overboard with it. Something nice and small really works great. So I hope you enjoyed these tips and you find them useful the next time you board a cruise ship. Do you have another option, another item you like to bring with you? Leave us a comment. What's your favorite add-on to your room to make sure that your sailing is smooth? And at Storyline Travel, we believe every adventure is a story waiting to be told.